G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the south side of the map, we've got Casper, who is playing the Holy Roman Empire. His opponent, who spawns on the north side of the map, we've got Don Artie, who is playing the Delhi. And this, my friend, is gaming. No, this is part of the N4C, so for anybody unfamiliar with the N4C, that's Nilly's Apartment Cup 4, but not really. It's a tournament that's going to be happening in Germany later this year, so in March this year, and I'm going to be participating as a caster. And these players right now, Don Artie and Casper, are vying out for a position to become players at that tournament. It is a $100,000 tournament. You heard that correctly, $100,000. Did I say $100,000? Yes, that is correct, a $100,000. I'm incredibly excited to see who's going to win between these two players. If you've seen the videos, the two videos prior to this one, you will know how those games have gone. And you will know at what point we are in this series. Because this is a best of 3. And, well, spoiler alert, this is the third game. So, it all comes down to this. Now, this map is Danube River. Now, I get a lot of YouTube comments about the pronunciation of Danube River. So I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Holy Roman Empire against Delhi. Now, there is no scenario right here where Don Artie should not absolutely destroy Casper. I don't know how the hell Casper is going to manage to be able to do this. And I say this, like, I'm not trying to be silly or anything like that. You know, I am genuinely 100% serious. Like, Don Artie just moves this fishing boat up here, and he just kills Casper. Once he's got 3 fishing boats, that's it. Now, fishing obviously has been nerfed most recently. The Holy Roman Empire have been buffed, so this is a strong civilization. But at the same time, we've got Casper over here doing a little bit of long-distance mining. I do kind of like how he's doing it as well. If you're going to long-distance mine on a civilization, do it with the Holy Roman Empire. They have larger carry capacities, means less walking. Very smart, Casper. So maybe that's his thought process here. And you can see he's slowly working down this dock. So Don got a scout, just hanging out, chilling, no animation cancelling, not today though. Second fishing boat coming out. Third fishing boat going to be coming out very shortly, and that's where you then move your fishing boat up here to the north. But Casper actually looks to have stopped creating fishing boats. So you can see, what's he doing? What is he doing? If he just walled the center, he can't wall the center because of the fishing boat. The fishing boat would kill the villagers. What is he doing? What is he up to? What is this sneaky guy up to? So surely Don is going to realize very shortly. So what you can do, you just bring these 3 fishing boats up here, and you just put them on this fish, and they will shoot and collect at the same time. So I'm not sure why Don hasn't done that yet. But now it looks like Casper going to be making his second fishing boat. I really don't know what's happening in this game. I actually played a map, I played a game on this map, and at the point, like, I was just playing Chinese. And I got this map and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to play Delhi. I picked Delhi and I think I won the game in like 3 minutes. Because like it was so obviously over. And that's exactly what Delhi can do on this map. So it's kind of curious to me that Don's not doing it. Especially going for a forward docks. Maybe what Don's doing is looking for a bit of a timing. Maybe that's what he's potentially thinking. So maybe he wants his opponent to invest resources into the water just so he can kill more resources out there. Maybe that's what he's thinking. I don't really know what's in this guy's head. Yeah, this is interesting. No, so fishing boat going to be coming out across. Looks like he's going to begin firing down at that scout. Not going to be able to pick up the kill on it, unfortunately. Don trying his best to animation cancel. Just not having any luck at all. Fishing boat now going to be heading up towards the north. And you can see he's actually scouting out looking for a second dock. Not going to be successful there. Behind this, Don with a lot of villagers on wood. 11 villagers. Going to be moving the first villager out onto gold. So he's keeping his build order nice and tight. Scouting out his opponent. Yet to really spot anything, but I genuinely feel like at this point in the game is 100% over. Don now sieging down the dock completely, never even had to move his fishing boats other than to just scout the line. I really don't know if Casper can come back into it. Actually, you want to know something? After the recent nerfs to water, maybe there's not as much fish in the sea as there used to be. You know what I mean? Like, maybe Casper doesn't need to play water to win. Like, obviously Casper doesn't need to, like, you don't need, like, I'm bolding the need and I'm underlining it. And I'm like, you don't need to play water to win. Now he's coming down here, going to be going for this one. And I think this is, if Don doesn't scout, this is going to be a big failure by him. He needs to be having his scouts non-stop moving around the water. I'm just making sure his enemy's not on water. And if he is, he needs to be shutting them down. I don't know why he didn't do this earlier. His enemy got a lot of value out of this in the early game. So look, we're doing a little bit of casting, a little bit of critique at the moment. Now the fishing boats, very cute, are going to heal each other, but they're just wasting resources because it is just a matter of time until they both die. Don Artie now going to be going up to the next stage. Dome of the Faith getting dropped down out the front of his base. And towards the back of his base, you can see a lot of villagers back on gold. And now it looks like towards the base of Caspar. We'll check in with him. We'll see how he's doing. Indeed, going to be going for the Archon Chapel. Gets a very nice Archon here. So it catches the gold mine. It catches the double tree line. It's also going to be catching this hunt. And it also catches the town center. That's a 10. You know, often we talk about 10s. That's a 10 right there. If I was tasting this Archon Chapel, that's a 10. Yeah, doing a pretty decent job now. 7 villagers on that. So he's looking to get up extra quick. Don only with 4 villagers of his own. Don's still yet to scout this. Actually, I take it back. Don has scouted this. But keep in mind, if he does get up to the next stage, he's going to be able to get this galley out. And this is why it's so important to be doing the scouting with your scouts, as they are named. Because his opponent now going to be able to click up, and you can see he's got the resources in the bag. Probably not enough to get a galley. I think you need 180, 180. Indeed, you do. And going to be able to pick this galley up pretty early. That's going to be able to give him a good fighting chance. Because to be honest, he should never have gotten to this point in the game in the first place. So galley now going to be coming through. The Dow has been recently updated. So the Dow that Don is going to be able to create. Did I say updated? Upgraded? So it has been buffed a little bit. Now Caspar going to be able to get out his galley before his enemy's even up to the next age. So it's a 7-minute age up for Don. He's probably not too worried at this point. Village is going to be coming out to repair, and Don should know that he's in trouble at this point. And indeed, it seems like he does realize he's in trouble. So he is doing a lot of fish. I didn't even know what I was going to say there. So just to talk a little bit about what Don should have done, because we can talk about that all day. He needs to be bringing his fishing boats down and being a lot more mobile with them. So the fishing boats, one of the things that they can do is they can gather resources and at the same time shoot. So what you can do is you can literally be gathering resources over here and shooting. And so he just needed to shut down that first dock by doing that. Because these guys take a long time to be gathering resources. It looks like that fishing boat almost went down. Don now going to be looking to get out his first Dow. Second Dow not yet coming out because he hasn't got the second Dow out, or second dock out, but now you can see that the fishing boats are going to be turning their attention. 9 fishing boats in total going to be turning on the galley, and the Dow going to be coming out. It's very difficult to differentiate between all of these units, but I think he does realize in the end what they are. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Don move that back. He doesn't want to lose that fishing boat. It was carrying 38 food on it. He could have just tapped it into the dock and he would have been absolutely fine, but now Don going to be forced to invest a lot of resources in the water that he shouldn't have had to have invested. If he'd just been a little bit more careful with his fish, with his fishing boats, he'd be absolutely fine. But behind this, Caspar is definitely very happy. Coming back towards the dock like this, it definitely seems like Don is making a big mistake in pushing in like this. You can see a wolf in the middle of the map going to be picking up 4 of those spears as he does try and clear them out. He probably wants to put down an outpost, but you can see Don has lost his entire fishing economy. He would be tilted off the face of the earth at this point in the time, just simply because he has misplayed this incredibly poorly. This is very difficult to watch for Don, because you guys know Don is a very close friend of mine. He's a great guy. I'm a big fan of his stuff, and I know that he practices like this a lot. And to see him go down like this, I definitely don't think that he would have expected to have lost. What did he lose? Like 10 fishing boats? Just like that? Just to a galley on the front line? Now going to be losing a couple of spears here if he's not careful. Still yet to drop an outpost down here despite scouting out that dock. And yeah, he's not looking like he's in a particularly good spot. We'll do a bit of a stock take. 30 villagers for Caspar, 32 for Don. So he's got a slight lead, but Caspar's going to be very happy with that. Obviously going to be looking to age up shortly. Dropping down an archery range. I guess Caspar does like to play it out in H2. So he's continuing to fight here up against his opponent. But I think for me, the big question is, what does Don do from here? Because Don's going to continue investing dows into the water, but he's not gaining anything from it. He's got 3 fishing boats that are out here. You can see them returning all the way down here. He should probably have them on here, a little bit closer. But now 3 galleys going to be coming out. It's not like he's not really vested. He doesn't have a lot of interest in the water at this point in time. And so now going to continue retreating. He's got the 3 dows out at the moment. Obviously, water is important to hold. So, that is one of the considerations that he's making. But realistically, he doesn't have a lot of investment in this water at this point in time. But I guess it comes down to the cost sunk fallacy, and maybe Don not appreciating that enough. For anybody who doesn't know the sunk cost fallacy, basically it says that, you know, if let's imagine that you are like you're building a house, like you're building your dream house or something like that, and you put in $500,000, and it's going to cost you another $1 million to complete. You still commit to building that house, despite committing, you know, only that $500,000, which was your initial quote, because of the sunk cost fallacy. Because you're thinking, well, I've already thrown away 500. You know, I need to keep investing into this. And for me, I think Don is doing that same thing now. So he's invested a whole bunch of resources into water, and he's definitely anchoring towards that position where he's like, well, I must defend the water. I must hold the water. But in reality, it's like you got 3 fishing boats, mate. Like, it's not a big deal if you lose it. I wouldn't even be bothering about it at this point in time. And your enemy, by you know, for all intents and purposes, doesn't have a presence on the water whatsoever in the economic sense. So yeah, a little bit of a curious spot for Don to be in, but I mean, he's going to try his best to get back into it. Looks like he's going to be capturing the sacred sites in the middle of the map. He's got a few wolves attacking him. Just a few, not too many. Just a few wolves attacking him, trying to capture that sacred site. You can see he's slowly but steadily getting it up. Not like this, Don. Not like this. It is going to absolute pieces for Don Artie as those 3 wolves very happily sit and remain on the sacred site, ready for the next Imam, the next scholar to come in and do what it does best. Scout going to be running in, going to be getting 1 shot here, unfortunately. A little bit of a mistake there from Casper, but Casper going up to the next age. 19 villagers on that Regnitz Cathedral. He's going to be looking to secure up his relics with the Prelate. We'll do a little bit of an assessment on how these relics have spawned. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 relics all towards the center of the map. I think that Casper's going to be very happy with this spawn. There's only that 1 up on the middle island. Sometimes you get like these weird relic spawns where you get like 1 over here, and then you get like 1 down here, and you get like a really favorable spawn, but this seems pretty even, if even maybe a little bit favored towards Don's side. We'll check in with Don. We'll see how he's doing. Nowhere near aging up at this point in time. He's gone for round 2, and he's brought a new friend. Don has got a new friend, and we're going to watch and see how he manages to do it. Something tells me things aren't going to go too well in the land of the love. Over on Don Artie's side of the map, poor fella now gives up. He just gives up. He just gives up. Oh, Don. At least there's 4 of them now, so they got another friend. Next time, Don, I want to see you bring this boar over as well. We're going to have a real big party on the sacred site. And I think Casper at this point has probably got to be, like, I would probably start accusing, like, I'd be calling the admins and be like, hey, admins, like, Casper, it's unfair. Why is it unfair? Well, he's got Gaia on his side. The wolves are just howling on the sacred site, and they've killed multiple scholars, and there's nothing that Don can do about it. It's impossible to kill these guys. But speaking of impossible to kill, so this is where it comes back to the sunk cost fallacy. So Don has invested a lot of resources into the water, and he wants to protect that investment. The investment is dead, though. And look how many resources he's now put into DAOs. So if we were to count, how many DAOs does Don have right now? So 270 resources each. There's 1 DAO there, 3 here, 4 here. So 4, 5. So he's got 6 DAOs in total. And they're 270 resources. That's a lot. That is a lot of resources. And all of those resources subsequently for his opponent have been put into more meaningful things. So whether that is going up to the next stage, whether that's villagers. Oh no, Don. Oh no. Oh, Don's finally worked it out. He's finally worked out how to kill the wolves. He takes down the wolves. He gets vengeance, but the scholar has decided that he's going to be healing up the hardened spearman today. And now it's time Casper's actually managed to secure up the sacred site, or looking to shore it up. He's caught the first one down the bottom, now looking to come into the middle of the map, capture up the second one. You can hear those relics going over. He's actually secured up every single relic except for this last relic, but he is walking towards it. The boar stands idly by. This is not good for Don. This is really not good for Don. I can't believe Don... Oh, man. So there are just so many things that Don could have done better, or not better, but could have done differently, and he'd be in such a great spot right now. But something tells me that this would being a tournament game has kind of thrown him off significantly. I can just tell from the way that Don is playing, he is tilted out of his mind right now. absolutely tilted out of his mind. Probably falling off his seat, he's that tilted. But yeah, look, he has maintained control of the water. He's got that. So there is a window for him. But the problem is, his window is happening right as Casper is hitting Imperial. And like, I'm smiling. You can probably hear it in the way that I'm talking, because that's the exact window I was going to refer to. He needs to be able to get up before his opponent gets to Imperial, because as soon as Casper hits Imperial with the Palace of Swabia, it's over. It's over. At this point, it's just over. Casper booms up to 150 villages with 5 town centers, because that's what he's got the equivalent of. He's got a huge economy. He's going to be able to come back on water. He's going to be able to dock, tower up this shoreline. He's going to be able to get demos out. He's going to be able to win the water that he initially held. You can see he's got the 3 relics in the Regnitz. Now he's making an outpost in the base to store the 4th relic. Has managed to pick up the 5th relic up here towards the north. Wouldn't be surprised if we see an outpost get dropped up here as well. But yeah, unfortunate stuff for Don. It is not looking pretty for him. You can see the scores were relatively even, but now Casper beginning to pull ahead. Obviously, he's up to the next stage, so it makes it very difficult for Don to catch up. And now we've got the Hulks beginning to come out. I wouldn't be surprised if we see explosives come out as well. But once these Hulks are out, it's going to be incredibly difficult for Don to be able to stop his opponent. I think Don's now realized at what has happened down here. And Don definitely going to be scratching his head at this point in time. Poor Don, man. Poor Don. Poor Don. Poor Don. Don is done? Don is done. At this point in time, I just feel like it's a little bit of a... We're doing a little bit of a memorial service for Don. This is the last game in the series between these two guys. Whoever wins this will be going on to the next round. So, you know, we will congratulate the victor, but at the same time, I mean, we've got a big Hulk out here right now. So we're going to have to get an all mean and all green out here. Don, over towards the crossing, does have a Dow that's out, but the archer does look to get across. He's got a relic that he's just holding on the edge of the map. And Don going to be losing out. Look at this. He's got the Hulk in the middle of both of these two, going to be firing off on both sides. Very, very cheeky. And we hear another relic getting picked up. Is it the same relic, or is he just dropping down this relic over in the middle? Oh, he's picking it up and he's putting it in a more forward position, so he's going to be able to fire. I think he's going for a Springald. So one of the things that the relic does is the relic inside the outpost enables it to fire further, fire faster, fire harder. So really nice placement there for that relic. But I wouldn't be surprised if he does look to drop down a keep or an outpost on the edge here and actually look to secure up this land a little bit more. But I don't think he's going to be needing to do it. He's got the Hulks out. I think Don knows at this point he is absolutely done for on water. You can see he's not creating anything in there. He's going for his extended line upgrade, which is a free upgrade for those ships. And now we've got a Carrack coming out. I didn't expect to see a Carrack coming out in the canals of Danube, but indeed we did. Indeed we did. It's very unfortunate right now for Don. The Carrack going to be continuing to focus it down. Looks like he's going to be losing the first of his docks. Has actually got a Springald out, so it's not over yet. Springald going to be able to sit at range, but I think the Carrack actually outranges it. Springald with 10 tiles of range. Carrack with 8 tiles of range. Okay, so the Carrack does get outranged by the Springald. Hulk's going to continue wrecking havoc up towards the north side here, and the second Sacred Site going to get captured up by Don Artie. There are no wolves on this bad boy, so he is going to be absolutely fine for the moment. But, oh, you got to feel it for Don Artie right now. He is not looking good. He is just... you can tell that he's tilted just from the stuff that we're seeing from the poor guy. Springald is going to manage to continue getting off these shots. All the fishing boat's going to go down. He's going to be losing his dock. He's going to be losing his entire presence on the water. Looking to put up a wall now to try and stop his opponent as best he can. Poor Don. Oh, poor Don. I believe Don. I believe. I mean, I don't really believe. The main reason I don't believe is because of this Palace of Swabia. 91 villages, by the way. Casper looking incredibly strong at this point in time. He's got the three relics in the Regnitz. I don't think there's any way he's losing this game. Let's try and do like a little bit of a math. I think it works out to be 22. 22 and a half on the Regnitz. So he's sitting at about 120 villages versus 67 at the moment. And he's got the military mass as well. 37 versus 40. Yeah, it's only a matter of time. Don now trying his best. Was that a Mangonel shot that just came off? Yeah, Mangonel now sitting down here for Casper as well. A few Lancers going to be coming out here. But Don losing all of this infrastructure in the middle of the map. Still trying his best to make it, but not having a lot of luck. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually start to see his opponent start to begin pushing around the canal and moving towards taking out this middle space. Carracks and Hulks now moving in tandem. He's got the double Hulk, the double Carrack. Strong combination. And now Caspar looking incredibly good. Oh, look at this. Look at this. The villagers doing that. Look how quick they heal that up. That is insane. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Actually, no, I have seen that before. Hut versus... Who was it? Hut versus Zerton on Warring Islands? Was it the 37-minute Wonder game? There it was. That's the only other time I've seen villagers heal up a ship like that. That was pretty quick. Don Artie on the north side, stacking up quite a fair bit of gold here. No relics. One sacred site. He's not feeling happy. He knows he doesn't have any win conditions at this point. He doesn't have the economy for it. Doesn't have the relics. Doesn't have the sacred sites. Really not in a good position, unfortunately, for Don. He's doing his best to hold on with just some Springalds in the middle. But I think at this point, he just knows that he wants to tap out. He wants to start again. He would love to play this one again. And I'm sure if he did, he would be a lot more successful. But if we were to recap where this game went wrong, it was at the very beginning. Don had to be really aggressive with those initial fishing boats, making sure that his enemy wasn't going to be able to expand, using his scouts to find out more of those docks. Don't let him have that presence. But now we've got some spears beginning to move up. Veteran spearmen going to be moving up towards these lancers. Not the best fight. Unfortunately, these aren't elite lancers. These are just normal lancers going up against the veteran spears. And that's never going to be a good fight. Dow getting in on the action as well. Carrick's moving up with the Hulks. You can see them firing off at the Springalds on the back line. Springalds trying their best, managing to get some shots off here. You can see the Hulks on quite low health at this point, but the spears do manage to take it down, and Don Artie not looking pretty at this point in time. Looks like an offensive castle is going to get dropped down here from Caspar as well. No villagers at this point in time that I can see getting pulled. Where's he planning to bring those villagers from? Is he doing the classic one villager keep strategy? He's cancelled it. There's no way he's just building it with one villager, right? Second villager has come out. Okay, there we go. All right, he's pulled 13 villagers now. All right, I was a little bit worried. I'm like, he's not really doing this with one villager, is he? Don Artie trying his best now. And unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough. This keep is going to secure up all of this land. He's going to lose all of the infrastructure that's there. You're talking about 600 wood in those ones and 600 wood in these ones. So 1,200 wood going over to his opponent as well. A very tough situation. And Caspar trying his best right now. Well, not even needing to try his best. He's probably sitting back with one hand at this point in time. Don Artie, it's just a matter of time, unfortunately, until he does tap out. Nowhere near the economy of Caspar, up to 125 villages at this point. He's got the 3 relics in the Ragnets. He's got the 4th relic in his outpost. He's got the 5th relic. It was up towards this position, but I think it must have been dropped or found by his opponent. Maybe Don did actually capture it. But now we've got a Culverin coming out as well for Caspar. I think... Oh, Caspar actually lost all of his boats, but I don't think it's really going to matter at this point. Mangonel does come out, turns around the Culverin, just gets the shot off straight away. You love to see it, don't you? And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Caspar victorious, taking out Don Artie in N4C. And heading through to the next day, or at least the next round, for these matches. Make sure you check out N4C. I'm going to leave a link in the description where you can find out more information on the Licky. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.